special guest, Honourable Tuilaepa. I'll be asking Tuilaepa some of the major issues happening in Samoa, which are the power outages, the drugs, the medicine shortages, and the cost of living rising as jobs are scarce in Samoa. How are you, Dr. Tuilaepa? How was your week?
Not bad.
How was your week, your last week? Has there been any power outages? Has it been a good week for the Samoan people?
We get so used to these problems that we get tired of talking about it.
That's right. We shouldn't be talking about these types of issues in Samoa. We're not talking about Africa here. We're talking about Samoa. We're 5 hours away from Australia, 2 hours away from New Zealand. These things shouldn't be happening in Samoa, and this is why I appreciate your time, because you've been in the power spot for so many years, and the more insight of you speaking English to the audience that I have behind me gives us clarity, gives us context on what's actually happening in Samoa. So thank you so much for your time, Honourable Tuilaepa. Last week we had a good feedback about your forensic audit. Clarity, I guess a lot of people were not aware of the forensic audit coming back with negative, coming back with the information that you are, surprise, surprise, not corrupt, and HRPP haven't got side deals on the side. So, which is good. I just wanted to start off my first with the issue about happening in Samoa, the drugs. It's one of the biggest issues happening in Samoa. I believe the police have done some arrests in Savai, which is good to see. I can see this. The police are trying
to speak up.
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can hardly hear you.
You can hear me, Doctor?
Yeah, a little bit louder. Yeah.
I'll talk louder.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk on the Savai. The police had done some arrests over the drugs happening in Savai. 15 arrests, I think, which is good insight for Samoan police. That's a good job for the Samoan police. What is your take on the Samoan police approach? Are they doing a good job, Honourable?
Well, the fact that we have quite a few that have been arrested is indicative of the efficiency of the police force. At the same time, we also have to acknowledge the contributions from our Matai in each village. I have often talked about the number of police that we have. When we left, there was only 600 police. Now I think it's about 1,000. The police still thinks that it is not enough. But to me, what is often forgotten is that every Matai in the village is doing what the police are doing. The Matais of the village look after the welfare of the village, as well as compliance of the young people with the laws of the village which also happened to be coinciding with the laws of Samoa and the Bible command. Like, for instance, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, and you should not take other people's wives, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So the Matais, and that means both men and women Matais, all contribute to the work of the police in ensuring that our young people in the village comply with the law. At the same time, there would also be youngsters who disobey the village laws. And this is where the problem with drugs come in. What is evident is that the police is guided by information from the village itself, which is a very good indication of the contribution by the chiefs of the village. There are times when the police overlook the contribution by the chiefs, and particularly the young police, who will tend to come and want to go straight and arrest the offenders on the information they got. And that is why a few get killed for ignoring that vital contribution by the village chiefs. All that needs to be done is from the police, and that's what I have been directing our police in our time to always remember that. Take the assistance of the village chief. Because once the village chiefs are informed by the police of a person or persons in the village that are dealing with drugs, immediately the village chiefs will direct the young men of the village to go and bring in the offender. And the young people, the entitled men, will have very little difficulty in knowing where the person responsible is hiding. In fact, it is quite possible also that some of the youngsters have also been procuring marijuana from the same people, so they know exactly where to find him or them. Presently, the police are doing a good job. At the same time, the sourcing of the drugs from overseas that might come via luggages that come on the planes, or in containers, would be another thing to be closely watched by the police and also our officials at the customs. At the same time, we must also know that not everybody is an angel. Once, occasionally, we also net one or two email the customs that have been taking bribes to have a blind eye on some of the imports that may contain drugs. What we have done in our time, we bought dogs, sniffers from overseas, and we also arranged for the funding of the equipment that could identify the drugs that are brought in together, hidden amongst other goodies. When the present government came in, they withheld the implementation early of the decision. So it took several years before the equipment were brought in. For whatever reason, we were also suspicious. The Prime Minister is placing importance on action on drugs. I really do not know whether to believe him. He has made so many promises and honoring very little that I don't take seriously the promises made by our present Prime Minister.
You made that point, Honourable. Did they come into the country, Honourable? Is that what you're saying? Did we get those dogs, sniffer dogs, when you guys requested it, or was it in the talks?
Can you repeat? I can hardly hear.
So with your sniffer dogs, you had the scanner come in at the time when you were in government. Can you hear me, Tuilaepa?
These dogs were very expensive.
Okay.
Sourcing them from New Zealand. The dogs have to be looked after. Now lately we have been informed that one of the dogs was ill. So that means the police will have to check up on the person that was given the responsibility to ensure that the dogs are well taken care of.
So to sum it up, Honourable Tuilaepa, so what you were saying before with the village, it's really good that the police work with the villages and the council, the heads of the village. That's a very good idea, and that's very good insight for the people out there who don't understand. Samoa in the villages, it has its own little government inside the village. It's almost like in Australia we have states. New South Wales and Queensland have their own premier. So in a way, what the police are doing is good to work with the villages to kind of stamp out the drugs in these villages. But with these bigger issues, which we need to get the kingpins, the people behind this, we need the government to help people see that this is not good. We need to get the people behind these types of things. And the drugs are definitely coming in from the cargo ships, and we need these sniffer dogs and the scanners that are coming in to scan the drugs that are coming into the country. So that's really what you're saying, Tuilaepa, which is really good job. But when you come to saying the Prime Minister, who says he's stamping out on drugs, when the new government came in, they had gotten rid of the dogs, Tuilaepa, and when the scanner that was put in place, they had removed that. Just to clarify that for my viewers, Tuilaepa.
No. There were reports that I do not know whether they had only one dog
Okay.
or what, but there were several dogs that we procured during our time.
Yep.
So it wasn't very clear to us
Yep.
whether there are enough dogs to do the job. At the same time, the scanner took more than 2 years before it was brought in. There was no need to delay. The delay cannot be explained. At the same time, as you will recall, there were occasions when boats from American Samoa came in without clearance. Not only in American Samoa, there was also no clearance in Apia. So what should have been done is to ensure that this boats should be returned to American Samoa. So there are many, many ways of getting drugs into the country. Of particular concern is the very closeness of American Samoa and also the eastern part of the eastern part of Poland.
Yep.
You only need a fishing boat to come over from American Samoa and land at a beach with communications that are done through satellite for an appointed place to drop off these drugs. All these things are known to the police, and we are depending on the police to ensure that they are performing their function as best as possible.
Thank you, Honourable Tuilaepa. Just another question on this part about the policing in Samoa. Does the government, because you said these boats that had come in with no papers coming in, there were a few boats that have come through when the FAST government have been in power. If you were in power, would the same thing happen? What would you do?
That should never have happened. It should never occur. In fact, with the numerous noises which HRPP created, the Prime Minister Fiamé finally addressed the issue in Parliament. And she agreed that several of her ministers did not observe the law. And she came down hard on her ministers. And she promised that there will be a full debate on her ministerial address. Unfortunately, despite our pressure, the matter has never been debated.
No.
Incidentally, Lauli at our last meeting also delivered a ministerial address, which no one of us can intervene, in which he accused our party of a number of things, like, for instance, the very stupid accusation that we were responsible for the coup d'etat against his government. I do not think he understood the plan. And that's why I asked for an opportunity to propose an amended motion that this address by the Prime Minister be available to us to talk, to discuss at some times during this meeting. And I was never given a chance by the Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Tuilaepa.
In fact, it was on that point that when we closed the meeting, and it was time for, for the usual humorous comments, it was after the close of the meeting that I said to Lauri, you accuse us of a coup d'etat. We never engaged in such things except you. You engaged in the throwing out of your Prime Minister, CMA. And I also said that they should, if they attach importance to the culture of the country, the cultural tradition, then by right, the members of parliament ought to chair the district development committee meetings. And he kept interjecting and said, shut up, you are disrespectful. That's when I caught up and I said in Samoan, stop telling lies. Low city. And I walked out laughing. That's what they reported later, which to me was outside of the convention meeting. The meeting has already been closed, and it is coffee time. So I see that the Speaker has done this, but it is not proper. It is outside of his powers.
No, thank you so much, Honourable Tuilaepa. That's very great insight about, now you explained to us properly what happened when that incident, when you had been kicked out of the Parliament. So thank you for that insight. This is important for us because us people who are weak in the Samoan language, we don't understand fully. So we can take what had happened in Parliament is taken out of context. It's taken out that you are a rebel. You go against the government. And so these are the politics stuff that happen behind the scenes. And I'm hoping that my interaction with you helps us get more clarity on your side of the story. So thank you, Doctor, for that. Can I talk to you about the other issue happening in Samoa is the power outages. Now we've got 6 new rented rented generators. And I remember in our last conversation, I'm not sure if you can please tell me if I was correct, that you mentioned that when the FAST government had come in, they had gotten rid of people that knew how to service these generators. Is this true, Tuilaepa, or maybe I didn't hear right in our last conversation?
Yeah, we had focused on using electricity that are sourced from the sun, water, and wind, things that are available in our own countries, renewable resources. And at the same time, we also had about 4 generators to be there always for emergencies. And when we left, we had almost sufficient power from renewable resources to meet the requirement, most of the electricity requirements by our country during the weekends. Because as you know, many of the shops are closed half day on Saturday. And so we maintain these generators and also a firm of engineers to maintain. So what these guys did, they came and proceeded and spent the 70-odd millions unwisely, monies that were deposited for emergency by the EPC, and at the same time continued to have these 4 engines. And then the FARS came in and dismissed the company and provided no more maintenance. And that is why we are having this problem. We are also leasing some generators, which are good only for servicing our needs for short time period. And that is why we are having problems, because of the lack of foresight by the present government. And at the same time, at our meeting of the budget, before it closed, the Deputy Prime Minister, Tuilaepa, kept advising the Parliament that the FARS party is confronting serious financial problems, such that it is impossible for their government to implement big projects, the type that we had before. We had executed when we were the government. So even the Deputy Prime Minister himself told openly during our meeting that the government is facing serious financial problems. Hence, it is not easy to become engaged in major development projects for Samoa.
Wow, thank you for that insight. So just to clarify that, the government is under extreme pressure with these things because for the viewers at home, that is such a great insight, clarity for us. Thank you so much, Honourable Tuilaepa. Now onto another issue that's happening: cost of living and rising pressure inside inside Samoa for the people to live. This must affect the medicine shortages. Would you say, Tuilaepa? Could this be the reason behind the medicine shortages? You could see there's a problem there with money in the government. Now we have medicine shortages. We're talking about Samoa now. This is Samoa. We shouldn't have things like this. Does this money problem have any link to the medicine shortages, Honourable?
I think not only the money problem, there are also problems with the administration, especially during the last administration with the CEO that was there, where much of his time was spent on issues on improving his own private hospital. It is very important. We should never, never, never again appoint doctors to become head of health, while at the same time operating in their own business. Our Lord's advice is always important here when he says that you cannot serve two masters. Because if you do, what you will end up with would be to serve one master better and ignore the other. So that is the problem we are facing now. Money. We had the new minister talking about efforts that will be in place to do the necessary repairs and improve the ordering process. And I heard that the government of China, the People's Republic of China, has again come in to help out with the initial input to help with our health problems.
That is not good, Honourable Tuilaepa. Thank you so much for that. I wanted to talk on our last issue. One of the main issues is cost of living in Samoa. It's good. I've heard news about some chicken prices are coming down, which is good news for Samoa. The cost of living, there's an article I read on Samoa Observer about some people talking about petrol prices are going up. And this affects them because they drive around and the prices are going up. So they mentioned they are looking for the next time they can lift up their prices for their fares so they can survive. But then if they lift up their prices to survive, then that would lead to more stress for the common Samoan. What are your thoughts on that, Tuilaepa?
Well, you're right. When the prices of fuel are raised, who will bear the brunt of this high prices? Common people. People with buses, with taxis. But then, of course, those who will travel in buses will bear the brunt of the hike in the price. At the same time, Samoa is better placed than most countries of the Pacific because of the system that we had put in place way back in 1984 when I was minister in charge of fuel, when we decided to tender out the supply. Up to that time, we had the British Shell, the British Petroleum, and more. 3 suppliers. Once we decided to tender the 2 dropouts, and Mobil was successful. But at the end, we decided to take over the tanks, to buy from Mobil, and also build more tanks to buy more and more fuel and stock them up for a much longer time period, which helped us lower the price. And no other country, Pacific Island country in the Pacific, could match what we did. Many of them, Tonga, Fiji included, came specifically to see me on how we went about it, about our system, because ours are always lesser enterprises in Tonga, Fiji, and other places. We explained to them what we did. But, you know, it required political courage. They were fighting to do it. And so they still had the trick. But for us, we had comparatively lesser prices, the gallons, or per liter. Then we did another thing. Instead of the government taking care of the tank supply and the supply of petrol to all the small operators, we decided to tender it up. And so a company ran. And so all the monies, this company, a private company, takes charge of the supply of fuel throughout all the small retailers. And I believe that the government owes millions and millions and millions of unpaid deliveries to that company. So there is another problem facing the present government. It also owes a lot of money on unpaid bills for supplies to service government debt.
Oh, thank you so much for that insight, Tuilaepa. Another thing, interesting fact we never knew about. So thank you for that insight. So with this cost of living, of course, money has to come into the country. And one of the issues now, moving away from the major issues in Samoa, we need people coming into the country, because tourism is a massive factor for your common Samoans in Samoa to make their money, make their living. And so I was really surprised about the move for the current administration FAST government party to cancel the lease with the Samoa Airways. And so now I've just seen a recent documentary on the beautiful airport which your government had put together, and how it's a world-class airline. And I've also seen some videos of other influencers in other countries kind of making Samoa as having a great airport and looking at their own little country airport and looking at our airport saying it's a big airport, it's a great airport. So it's good to see Samoa is leading in that way, but it's sad to see that the FAST government had moved out. Can you please explain to Tuilaepa what Fast government had done to take out the contract for us to have Samoa Airways? I think the excuse they had when we had Samoa Airways was there was too much money, so they scrapped the whole project, which we now have no Samoa Airways current, which means Fiji Airways and these other airlines are dominating.
Yeah, I get it. There is only one reason the FAST decided to terminate our international jet censor. And that was they don't want this major project to keep flying because it is a major project that people will identify with the HRPP. This is one of the most stupid decisions by a government. I did not think that we would have people who would make this kind of stupid decision. Because this plane will not just fly the HRPP segment, it is for the people of Samoa. And we were planning to have free break if we come back 1921. Serving Australia, one serving New Zealand, and the third ones of the old 737 plane serving Hawaii of people that fly to Hawaii. It will also serve the dollars to ensure that we have passengers. Those were the planes that would have been in. And the reason why we discontinue flying our plane during the COVID-19 was because of the very strong recommendation from the World Health to cut down on travel. Because travelers were bringing in COVID-19. And so we decided to send back the plane and arrange for a new one to start flying when we are finished with COVID. So we made preparations in advance with a lease that is getting in of $30,000 a month. And that would have landed us with profit and possibly capacity to buy more two planes. And what did they do? They terminated. Because they said it was too costly. Look, the airline will pay for itself. So now we have a lot of people that do not have a ready airline, but have to pay the most expensive fares imposed by Air New Zealand, as well as Kenya. And we have to endure the burden of having to fly to Fiji and thereby doubling and tripling the time required to trip, when it only required at times 3 hours to fly from here to New Zealand. Now it takes us 2 days. And the inconvenience that we suffer. And what have we heard? They are saying that they're asking for $500 from each of their supporters to buy one. These people do not have a slight idea of the expensive nature of procuring planes. Now, the present government is known as the most undependable government that never observed a written contract. They will never be able to trust. So only when the HRBP come back, that we will have again our own airline. We have said this many times. We have said this many times. And we do not need to prove it, because we think it had 3 LFE planes at one time. A Boeing 767 and 2 Boeing 7%. And only when this RBP comes back, we will be able to have planes again. As for the proposed laughable plan to get 500 from supporters, you better kiss your 500 before you throw it away. You all know what this government did. They went overseas to raise funds to build a headquarters. They came back here and started fighting one another. And it was there that we learned that they got close to $1 million. And it went to the payment of loan by the Audi or the usage of Alta Samoa. And it's been complaining that it has to be paid because he owned all the assets upon which the past is waiting. So the past party is a very convenient setup for how to make money. These people don't understand. They don't understand. Even now, they have a record. People are waiting when it is going to be wrong. And suddenly, they're going to a vehicle that was the price of the raffle that was already bought, which became a vehicle for another of the minister of the Tuilaepa, who is fighting for a vote. So what does that mean? It means that we should never trust any proposal from the present government of anything that they will do.
Every question I asked Tuilaepa, you're making it more clear on how unstable this government is in Samoa. So thank you so much for your feedback. I just wanted to move over to the Sundays set to change, make it a day of worship. No work on Sundays in Samoa. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, that question has already been raised before by the committee representing all the churches in Samoa when I was Prime Minister. And they want to strictly observe a Sabbath day. And so I wrote to the committee and I said, okay, if you want to strictly observe Sunday, regardless of what the Lord said that the Sunday was, that Sabbath was made for man, not man for something. And even praying on Sunday is work. And healing people on Sunday is also work. And the Lord was healing people on Sunday. So, what does it mean? So I wrote to the chairman of the combined church in Samoa, Christian church. Now, these are the things that we would beg, follow your wish. One, we will honor the Sabbath of the 7 days Adventist. We will also honor the day of the Lord, which is Sunday. So there are two, the Sabbath, which is Saturday, and Sunday, the day of the Lord. And since you want to strictly cut out work, okay. As from Friday, because the Sabbath exercised by the Jews begins on late Friday. So starting on late Friday, we close the hospital. All the sick people will be transported home. All the doctors will have a weekend off. No doctor will be allowed to work. The same thing with the police. No police will work on Sunday. Every policeman will be allowed times off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The same thing with the firefighters. There will be no more
fighters
put out. They will all be rested. If there should be any fire, the solution is kneel outside and pray for rain. If there is urgent sickness, kneel beside the sick person, and pray for a miracle. And since all the lights will be off, if you want some kind of light, use the sun and the moon. No shop will be open.
on Friday.
No restaurant will be open. No hotel will be open. There will be no plane coming from New Zealand or leave the country as from Friday evening until Saturday morning. There shall be no more church service. If you go to church service, all the roads of the government will be no one will be using the road gate. There will be no gate. There will be no bus transport etc. Since there'll be no more water, there'll be no pipe. Go and fetch the water that you want from the sea or wherever you want. And all the shops will be closed. And if there is a cyclone, no one should ever go out to help. And then I said to the chairman of the combined church, if I have forgotten anything, you add on. Took them several weeks of discussion. Finally, secretary came to me and said, the chairman and all the priests and pastors, thank you for clarifying the issue. And the issues are so complex that we think whatever you do to Tuilaepa is the rule that we should all follow. It is too complicated, and we can understand now what the Lord means. The Sabbath was made for man. Well, since that time, I thought people can now understand what it means to take care of the Sabbath. In fact, we made one small change, and that is shops are closed until 3 o'clock to allow people to all go to church at that time. What happened was everybody welcome, because for the first time, a lot of people that never went to church, who went to sell their goodies in the market, ended up drinking alcohol and never went to church. So that is the clarification.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think our present leader of government understands the issue involved about his declaration. His declaration, to me, is only to get cheap popularity. Only to get cheap popularity. And make people think that he is now a man of God. We can see through the hypocrisy.
That's right, the hypocrisy. Thank you, Honourable.
Okay.
Another subject I wanted to, it's a little bit kind of connected, because I said I have seen that the Prime Minister of Samoa wanted to set up a Samoan embassy in Israel. These are one of the topics. So there's a lot of feedback saying that setting up an embassy is more money to take to Israel to set it all up. Is this a wise move for the Prime Minister, Tuilaepa?
Well, that decision, when made by any country, will look carefully at what we get out of it. we looked at the kind of assistance that we get out of, which is why we have high commissioners in New Zealand, high commissioners in Australia, embassy in China, embassy in Japan, and also in New York, and also in Brussels, because we get huge benefit from these
countries.
Overseas representation. I absolutely see nothing gain on this embassy proposal in Jerusalem. Of course, we are asking the Psalm to pray for Israel because it is the chosen people of God. But that doesn't mean that we should go to do things with our eyes closed. And more particularly, when Deputy PM has already announced in our meeting last time that money is a big problem facing the present government. And the Minister of Finance also clarified in a statement which explains a lot of issues in the budget, where she explained that as from this time to 2028, the monies that we receive from our own sources and from overseas will continue to decline, especially when some of our development partners may not agree with some of the priorities set by our government of the past.
Thank you so much for that, Honourable Dr. Tuilaepa. I've got my last question for you for today, so thank you so much for your time. My last question has got to do with the rugby lakapi. The Prime Minister has come out and has said that he looks to start another lakapi or another...
Yeah. I have... somebody asked me the same question. I have a very helpful Prime Minister. He has more important issues to think about rather than interfering with them. He does not understand the difficult issues facing women. All the comments he made about a lot of money that becomes is our board to be are all wrong. They're all mistaken. He said people have told him, who are those people? Who are those people? I became a member of the Mother Union way back in the 90s. following establishment of our own union, Tuilaepa Rugby Union, and then later on changed to Apia West. Apia West and Apia Rugby Union became the most powerful union in Samoa. And most of the best players came from this Stui union, particularly the Apia West. I entered the mother union in the 90s. When I joined up with our former marriage old boys to establish the Tuilaepa Union and then the Apia West. So I was there before I became Prime Minister. And it was when I joined it and I found out that Alan Gray was struggling to find all alone our rugby boys at the time when our boys were playing rugby, not professional, but at the amateur status, meaning no fees are paid. So it was okay for this poor fellow who was only concerned with the academy. But when I joined in the 1990s, I found that there was no. And I secured the approval of the Prime Minister, Tuilaepa, to grant to the union, not the union, to a government house for their office. And for the first time, the Rugby Samoa had office with my help. Later on, we developed the land, the 400 acres at Tuilaepa. And there we set aside 38 acres on lease to the to our mother union. There is a second-story building and a big office there, together with two big playing fields. So under my leadership, rugby Samoa has developed greatly with my help, and of course the help of the cabinet, HRPP cabinet, and the board, the rugby board of that board. It was during that time that we joined the World Rugby, which directed us that we should fix up our own constitution to be aligned with the constitutions of all rugby unions in the world. Not only that, we should also have 5 years of clean audit report. We had 3 years of clean audit reports when the World Rugby decided to give us our seat in the council, which I am still occupying as member of the World Council of Rugby. So during this time, we also raised our status to number 7 in Rugby 15, and we also won the Rugby 7 championship in 2010. It was so quick that Samoa decided to have a rugby. It's the first time that Rugby Samoa had brought the World Championship to Samoa in Rugby 7. But we always face problems with funding. It was always okay when we were there, because my government were always interested in raising the sports for our young people. But when these guys became the government, they decided to cut the money for it. And then they created all kinds of lies, accusing us that rugby is facing problems because of me and my board. It's all rugby, all 30 points. And it is my recommendation to the Prime Minister, spend his time well, attending to the problems facing this country, and leave rugby to the people who know how to advance our team. You see, in the last World Cup, we had a big problem with our coach. We had always demanded from our coach to pick the best team. We did not know until much later that included in the team quite a few relatives of his output. And that has been the problem. It was also the problem when Limar was in charge of the Senate. I think we all saw when the boys played Senate, and the camera was focused on them. You can read from the date on the back of their jersey, Limar's son, as well as his deputy's son. The boys that played knew that the two should never have played because they did not participate well in the thing. And what did they do? They made sure that we lost. In one of the games, we watched, and all that was necessary was for the boys to throw the ball to our line. And we will score at the time is over. But our boys threw the ball to the opposition, grabbed it, and they went and scored the fight. And what happened? Our boys kept laughing. They enjoyed it. because it was their payback to the coach and the system coach. This is the problem that we have tried very hard to ensure that our coaches pick the best team for Samoa and avoid picking friends. That is why a lot of the coaches only have one chance, and we decided to kick him out. As you can see, it's a problem connected with the players, not with the ball. We also tried hard to seek out funding from other sources. It's the same problem all over. In New Zealand, the boys, All Blacks are living in New Zealand because there are more money offered by Japan. So New Zealand is finding it hard now. The All Blacks, which used to be the number one, is no longer the number one in the world. Why? Money is the problem. And now, our Prime Minister is trying to play that effect, which will not affect, but it will affect the future of our children. So I am one of the best recommendations I make tonight for the Prime Minister is sign that document and leave rugby to those who know best. This is the best advice that I give him on rugby. I see a lot of people are so ignorant who write in the paper don't even understand what it is required to raise the status of our mother.
Thank you so much for that, Doctor. This conversation here, it's really good for us to understand, because a lot of people think that, you're just saying that about the rugby union, the 3 years of auditing.
One thing that I did not mention.
Yep.
When the game became professional, after the World Cup in 1996, the rugby became professional. Players decided to leave to go and play the other games that play money, that give money.
Yep.
That rugby union was suffering. So after the game in 1996, in which South Africa beat the All Blacks, the world decided to turn the game into a professional game. When that happened, Ireland could not fund the Mansamba again. He didn't have any money. And he didn't have sponsors. So he advertised it. And Mansamba was bought by 2 millionaires from New Zealand. Sir Michael Fay and Richard, two of them. And so once Samoa went to New Zealand, they were trained there. Every time I passed through, I went and saw the millionaire, asking them how they were going. Remember at the time, I was now the chairman of the rugby. So I keep reminding them that I am Prime Minister of this country, and Samoa owns the Montana. Of course, if they all don't know, it's ours. Yes, but it's ours. So, in the World Cup in 2003, I found out that the two millionaires are going to announce that Samoa will withdraw from the World Cup. That game that we played against England, I think the many Samoa will remember that we were defeating England right until the last 15.
That's right.
When we had no more fuel. And we lost.
Yep.
It was that World Cup that these two millionaires decided to withdraw among Samoa and embarrass the World Cup for not helping out with small country. I came there and I told them, you don't do that. If you do that, I will then announce immediately after you that you don't, that we will continue to have the Samoa as a Samoa team. And we will pay you for what you lost. And so they agreed to bring back first the 7, then later on the 15. And we owed over $800,000, which we can pay by having the name of their company on our chest. It took us several years before we finally paid them off and kicked them out. I remember when I was asked, are you really going to kick them out? Yes. These are some funny millionaires. They call themselves millionaires and they don't have any money. These are the most stupid millionaires that I have come across. Well, in saying that, many people don't remember. There are still people who remember it, but there are many who don't want to remember the reality and the difficulty that we had to go through in order to get us to the top and get us formally into the committee that controls rugby throughout the world. And so far since we entered, you know, World Rugby only existed in the year 1987. And then they staged the competition. For the first time, we did not participate, but we already had a strong Samoa. 4 years later, 1991, they have a second World Cup in England. That's when we entered. Only Samoa Not Fiji became later. But the only Pakistan war ended. And when our team was announced, coming from people that were only 100,000 at a time, the whole world laughed. They were laughing in contempt. How can these people afford to come and play? What makes meat of them? Wales was a strong team. And then we got Wales. What happened was people shooting. Samoa, where the hell is Samoa? That was the first time that the whole world heard about the tiny little island called Samoa. The second World Cup later was held in England. And okay, we were pulled together with Wales. We again beat the Wales second time. So that was the time when I was in the mother unit. Before Effie was also president of the rugby union at the time. So, as you can see, there is a lot of information and not many people know and understand. That during my time, we got the World Cup status. During my time, we were able to achieve the highest position in world rugby, 15-7. During my time, we were able to become member of the World Cup meeting that decided the future of rugby. During my time, we have been successful in maintaining our position in all the World Cup since 1991. We have beaten Australia. We have beaten Ireland. We had beaten Italy many times. So we had beaten Australia 50. And so we are still going. I want Raul to know there is much more to be told and much more to remember. Well, I think we have talked enough about rugby.
Yeah.
Are there anything more?
That was it, Tuilaepa. Would you say this is kōwhaleanga to you? Or is this politics? What would you say this slowly condemning the board? Is this...
Well, I think his biggest problem is he is trying to turn on a new thing. He can never do that. Because I get enumerating, listing all his lines and reminding people about the terrible things that he did. That is why he is angry. You must remember that the reason why people animate, people dislike the HRPP was due to all these lies that I and my government had sold. Traditional land to the Chinese, which is taught prove that I accumulated savings in overseas banks, money that I stole from the company, which I used to buy huge number of property overseas. And I have been trying to tell him, prove now that you are there. You have told such lies, and you are responsible for the anger that people have against HRPP for things, for bad things we have. So that is why the other biggest reminder that he doesn't want to be reminded again is the announcement he made that during the time of the fast, he will gather all the women of Samoa that support the HRPP, line them up in Kefau, shine lights on their face, and allow a young man from his 50s to do whatever obvious to these women. It resulted in a protest, candlelight protest of 15,000 women. Up to now, he had never apologized. The past never apologized. So how can you pretend to be a man of God when you have this evil things that you have allowed? That is why he disliked my reminding. The only reason why I reminded is he now has the capacity. He is now the boss. So slow down for the country. I never had any money ever deposited in the bank. And I never told or allowed the center of our cultural held land to become to the Chinese as before. And this is why he's angry. And he ought to be angry. That is what happened to Allah.
That's very good, Honourable, because this is why the show's for. You're the opposition leader of Samoa. I said before, that is your job, to scrutinise the government. So the people that are saying that...
I want to emphasize this.
Yeah.
Because people tend to say that we are creating animosity. No, we are not creating animosity, hatred between families. That is what's happening now. And I did not create it. all I am doing is, along with my political integrity, to return this country to its former stability under when we were in charge. And I have never, ever exercised any dictatorial power as I am often accused of. No. What I exercised was the strict control of public money. And for my cabinet to observe the collective responsibility of all ministers in exercising the good governance principle of transparency and accountability. But obviously there were ministers who want to do things that were illegal. And we stopped. That is why, for instance, not only when he was speaker, decided to personally authorize his own children's company to build a wall of stone that is right in front of Parliament. I did not know about it until I drove up. It was so far. And the ground was for over 200 yards. At the other end, right up close to the post for the extension of this stone. It's all children's stone wall in which he earned money without the authority, of capital. That any public job like this must be never tender. So as I stopped the other extension, I decided to leave that wall as it was already complete. But this is an instant of a fellow who decided to make money out of using his power, the abuse of authority. That's what I mean. Any other instances, but suffice it at one instance is sufficient.
And back to your point, Tuilaepa, there's people in the government that are in there to make money for themselves. And that's the difference between what I can see with you. You're very big on the government. People who run the country should be running the country for the love of the people. And that incident right there with the speaker, when Laoli was a speaker, it's evidence. And that's just one story. But it's, as I said, we're not trying to taufaleanga, as a lot of people talk about us. It's the facts. Our country is suffering. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to taufaleanga the Prime Minister of Samoa. We have massive issues that are happening. Yep.
I cannot hear.
I mean, just explaining, we got massive issues in Samoa, the power outages, the drugs, the medicine shortages and cost of living, and the plane, we're not having a plane. These are major issues. And we can't have people who, if they have a mentality of making money for themselves, it's not going to work for our people. And so I thank you, Tuilaepa, for your insights. and hopefully the people in Samoa learn more from this conversation that we've had. But thank you so much for your time, and
Well, thank you very much for this exchange. As you see, I talked about things that happened and things that we don't want to happen again. In a way, we follow our own duties and our own oath that we executed, that we had to address matters that are not right for our people.
Yep.
I also have to remind our leader that what we do is our normal responsibility as those in opposition. And we hope that what we have written will be of some assistance to the Prime Minister to stay away from issues that are beyond his capacity and focus on important matters affecting the lives of our people. That's all we are interested in. As for the person of the Prime Minister, I respect him. I respect him as a leader of our country that our people had chosen. But as I respect him as a leader, I don't respect the wrong things that he does.
Well said.
With these few words, this week is prayer week, in which all of our people are required to pray and fast. It's very important that we all pray and we all fast for God help for Samoa and for our children. Thank you very much for ringing me up. Yeah, congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Love you so much, Jesus. Love you so much. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, Jesus. Love you so much. Hear these praises. Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much. How my soul longs for you, longs to worship you forever in your power and majesty. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. Hear these praises, hear these praises from a grateful heart. Every time, each time I think of you, single time, praises start. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much. How my soul longs for you, longs to worship you forever in your power and majesty. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence. presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, my Jesus. Jesus, love you so much. I love you so much. Love you so much. Jesus, love you so much.
Thank you guys for coming back on the show with myself and listening in. I just wanted to touch on some subjects that are the subjects that we talked about with Dr. Tuilaepa. The main ones I say is the power outages in Samoa. People aren't aware, but there's a lot of power outages in Samoa. Drugs is a problem, is a massive problem, and medicine shortages and the cost of living. It's massive, these subjects, because there's many issues in Samoa, but these are the main ones that I can see is that needs to be talked about, that's been reported in Samoa. But as you heard Dr. Tuilaepa talk about the power outages, having a team of engineers that were wiped away from the government of Samoa, the FAST government, that were moved on. These issues have to be explained, these. I'll come back on a break. Can you? These issues that I'm bringing ahead with to the opposition leader of Samoa, Tuilaepa, it's got to do with the power. People are unaware that the power had a team. When the HRPP had bought these generators, they had a team of engineers. Then the FAST government had come in and taken the team out. In other words, as he's explained, people are not aware of that. Now Samoa are suffering from outages and having to try and bring new generators to run the country. And again, this shouldn't be happening in Samoa. And drugs is a big problem. And it's good to see, you got to give credit to where they're doing their best. And the police commissioner is doing a great job with his team, doing their best to work with the village councils, which is good. But yeah, just the insight of Tuilaepa talking about the aeroplane, the history in that. That's a topic that needs to be talked about more. So, and yeah, I look to kind of get these topics talked about more. I want to bring more people onto the show, which I have planned for the next show. So I apologize for not having any other people come on and discuss this, but yeah, these are issues that we want to talk about, and I appreciate the support from everyone, and I look forward to having another show with Tuilaepa and explaining the more context so our people can get more understanding of what's happening in Samoa. I know there's a lot of people in the fast side that show a lot of negativity towards us. There's nothing, everyone's got a right to their opinion, but really got negative opinions. I just think to myself, like, these people need to kind of really be put in a place of, they need to understand, like, it's not the right thing to do. We're just trying to help the country. This is not a show. I don't understand how Samoa has turned itself into this popularity contest where someone is supporting one person or the other and who's more popular. And then we got power outages, drugs, and medicine shortages in the country. So we'll talk more about that as the shows go on. But yeah, I bless those people who show hate. I pray for you guys, and hope that we can all come to a conclusion of working together and understanding each other. But it's not the right way, but I still pray for you guys. And I'll wrap this up, and we'll talk about it more in our next show. Thank you.
Tabla Seven